All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Olivia, the bride. Thank you so much for coming today. I know the bride doesn't usually give a toast, but as most of you know, I talk a lot, so it only seemed appropriate that I say some stuff, but I say a lot of stuff. It's a really long speech, so please be patient with me. All right, so also something we really wanted to do today was make sure that we're doing everything we can to keep the focus on God. So I wanted to say some words about God and how much he means to me. We are so incredibly grateful that you have all come to our wedding and for all the ways you have shown us love and support. We appreciate every way you've helped us, all of your prayers, every kind word, all the fun memories we've shared together. Our relationship with our friends, with our families, with our coworkers, with all the people in our lives, they're so important to us and we cherish them. But none of these relationships, not even my relationship with Nick, are the most important. The most important relationship we will ever have is the one that we have with God. Just a few short years ago, almost none of you were even a part of my life. For the few of you who did know me, you knew a very different version of me than the person I am today. As many of you know, I did not become a Christian until very late in my life. Before I did, sadly, no matter how hard I tried, I was always ending up in a bad place. I was very misguided, often hurt, and alone. I kept trying to get the things I wanted, but I could never seem to figure anything out or do the right thing. This all finally changed when I made the change that has changed everything. I started believing in God, praying to God, and following God, and it has made all the difference. The thing about God is he always answers our prayers, and he never says no. Sometimes his answer to our prayers is a simple yes. Sometimes it's a not yet, but later. And third, when it can feel the most like a no, is when God is really saying, I have something better for you in mind. I stand here today so grateful for all the times that God didn't give me what I thought I wanted, because what he had in mind for me was this beautiful day, surrounded by all of you amazing people who I love so much, who are so good and so kind, celebrating that I've gotten to marry the best and most wonderful man that I have ever known. I love him with my whole heart, and he actually loves me back. Love like this would never have been possible without God. The more I've leaned into my faith, the more I put into prayer, the better things have become. So I wanted to take this time to encourage you all to seek to deepen your relationship with God and to turn to prayer as often as possible. Some of you are already married. Some of you are single. Some of you may be falling in love. Some of you may be here tonight with a heart that has been broken. But wherever you are in life, I promise you, if you just focus on your relationship with God and pray that his will be done in your life, everything will fall into place, and you will end up in a place far better than anything you could have ever imagined. You'll find on your tables the favors we're giving out tonight are rosaries. The rosary is really special to me and Nick in our relationship. We have prayed one rosary a day together every single day of our relationship, no exceptions. And keeping our prayer life and faith central has been the glue that has kept us together and made our relationship and our love so strong. It's a foundation for a relationship like no other, and I strongly encourage you all to incorporate prayer together into the relationships in your life that you care about. They will flourish and prosper like they never have before. I hope that you will use this rosary as a prayer tool. You don't even have to use it to say a rosary in the formal way, with any particular memorized or recited prayers. You can make it your own. Use the beads to count 10 things you're grateful for. Use 10 beads to reflect on 10 things you're struggling with. Say 10 prayers for 10 people in your life who have asked you to pray for them. Your prayers don't have to be perfect. You just have to begin. Just give yourself to prayer as much as you can. We ask that you all continue to pray for us as we enter into our marriage, and please feel comfortable coming to us and asking us to pray for you however we can. We want to be instruments that God can use to show his love in this world. I pray that all of you can continue to be a blessing in our lives and that we as a couple can continue to be a blessing in yours. Now, with all that said, I will say a few words about the other relationship you came here to hear about today, the one between me and Nick. Our love story did not begin romantically at all. In fact, my earliest memory of something I said to Nick shortly after we met was when I kind of rudely told him, you know I've friend zoned you hard, right? So that he would not try to hit on me at all, even if he wanted to. But that was okay because he did not want to hit on me. He was not interested. And the earliest memory I have of Nick saying something to me was when we were at the Catching Fire young adult group. It was the night out of the month when we go to the church for Eucharistic adoration. As we were filing into the church, I was walking in with him since I knew him from our Grapevine young adult group on Thursdays. I thought I'd sit next to him as a pew. As I went to sit down, he stopped me and said, you know you could sit anywhere, right? And gestured around to the rest of the church. Based on these stories, it might sound like we didn't like each other at all, but we did, just as friends. However, it wasn't long until he literally became my best friend. Somewhere between texting pretty much every day, all day, and seeing each other 2 to 3 times a week at Catholic young adult groups and events, we got to know each other really, really well. And since we had the unique blessing where we both saw the relationship as strictly platonic friendship, neither of us having secret romantic feeling towards the other person, we weren't trying to impress the other person, we weren't trying to say the right thing or do the right thing to get the other person to fall in love with us. We were actually able to just be ourselves. And what is so beautiful is that that is how we fell in love, by being ourselves. We were able to build this firm foundation of friendship and love before either of us caught romantic feelings for the other person. And that laid the groundwork for our relationship to become the amazing thing it is today. At what point exactly our feelings for each other changed from friends into something more is a little unclear in my memory. I think I may have been in denial for a period of time. Anytime someone would say something like, do you have a thing for him? Or, what about Nick? I'd be like, oh, never, we're just friends. Actually, I'm pretty sure Nick and I were the last ones out of our group of friends to realize that we should actually be dating. Actually, could I maybe see a show of hands of everyone here who suspected we had feelings for each other, thought we should be a couple, or anything like that before we did? Yeah, I bet so. Awesome. So it's kind of silly, kind of crazy how it all happened, but ultimately everything worked out exactly as it was supposed to and exactly the timing God had in mind. So grateful for our love story and for our relationship, everything it has been, is, and will be. Nick, you are God's greatest gift to me. Could stay on this mic for the rest of the night praising all the things I love about Nick, but I won't. Words of affirmation are not his love language anyway. But to close, I will say, in response to the earliest conversations we had that I mentioned, I think now it's safe to say, Nick, you've definitely made it out of the friend zone. And yes, even though I could sit anywhere, for the rest of my life, whatever room I'm in, the only place I want to sit is right next to you. I love you so much, Nick.
Here. Oh my gosh. I do not know how I'm going to follow that up. So, well, I know how. I have it written out here. So, thank you to everyone for joining us today. Your presence means so much. Today is a spectacular witness of Christ's love, and it's so awesome that you're all here to celebrate it with us. To my parents, thank you for raising, supporting, and showing me what love looks like through 41 years of marriage yourselves. To the wedding party, both friends and family, thank you for being by our side today, throughout the wedding planning process, and longer. To my beautiful wife, I'm so blessed to have married you today. You are so amazing at what you do by working together with me to keep Christ as the center of our relationship. There are so many great reasons to marry you, and my favorite is that we will help each other get to heaven. I'm so happy that you said yes. Yes, when your friend asked you to come to Grapevine, the Catholic young adult group she saw online. Yes to when I asked you to marry me. Jesus' first public miracle was turning wine into water, so let's raise our glasses. Yeah. So, water into wine. You know what I meant. We do read the Bible as Catholics. All right, Olivia, your love is like the finest wine made by Jesus himself. To love, to family, to faith, all united in Christ. Cheers.
Okay, I have no idea how I'm supposed to top either of those, but that's fine. All right. Good evening, everyone. My name's Allison, for those of you who haven't met me, and I have the joy and privilege of being Olivia's maid of honor. I met Olivia a few years ago through Grapevine, our Catholic young adult group, and honestly, it couldn't have been a more perfect place to meet her. From the start, she stood out in her faith, her kindness, and the way she makes everyone feel welcome in any situation at any event. Olivia is truly someone special. She lives out her faith so genuinely and takes every chance she can to invite God into her daily life, whether she's praying a rosary in the car on her way to Cedar Point, or telling me about a new novena that her and Nick are praying, or even asking others in passing how she can pray for them, whether she's known them forever or they're a complete stranger. She's just always bringing God in. At the same time, Olivia knows how to make every single situation way more fun. She's always keeping me laughing. In addition to making the best Jell-O shots in the area, some of my favorite moments include learning the recorder with me and Allie and our amazing girl band. You should ask us what songs we know. They're pretty great. And making up random phrases like apple cider inspires and Daisy's dance in crazy waysies off the top of her head and then making us guess what she was thinking. Only Olivia could lead a prayer 1 minute and then quote Taylor Swift to us the next, and they're both completely normal. Totally normal situations here. Through Grapevine, I had the joy of watching Olivia and Nick and their story unfold in real time. Not just their faith deepening, but their bond with each other, always anchored in God at the very center. It was beautiful to see them evolve from friends to best friends to dating, and well, we're all here today. You truly bring out the very best in each other, and that's proof of the beautiful way that God shines his love through your relationship. So tonight, as we celebrate this beautiful couple, I just want to say, may your marriage always be rooted in faith, filled with laughter, and guided by the love that brought you together. Let's raise a glass to Olivia and Nick. May your hearts stay faithful, your playlists always be full of Taylor Swift, and may your marriage never go out of style. Cheers.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Nick, for allowing me to be your best man. This is an amazing honor, and I am very, very happy to be here today to celebrate this wonderful, wonderful occasion. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Aaron. I'm the best man, one of Nick's closest friends, and his former lead singer in his band, The Mids. We performed on stage twice. Very proud of that. Very, very proud of that. While I was definitely the face of the operation, Nick handled everything in the background. And all signups for when we showed up, practices, songs, equipment, he made it all happen. I just showed up, kind of like right now. But he's been a rock my entire life, knowing him as our spiritual leader of Grapevine, where he and I met, along with many of the groomsmen and other people who are not necessarily here today. He stepped up after the original founders graduated and moved forward with their lives. He helped anchor everything from discussions, from making deeper connections with other young adult groups. He led deep spiritual discussions and helped bring people closer to God. He juggled all the details, kept the social media groups running. Grapevine, as it stands today, exists largely in part because of him. And apparently God really appreciated all that work, because that's also where he met Olivia. I did have some funny quips to say about how their relationship started, but Olivia stole the show. Good job, Olivia. Very proud of you. I actually really enjoyed your speech. But I do have one funny part. The night they declared their relationship publicly to everyone was New Year's Eve. And the two of them decided to have a public kiss underneath as the balls dropped. And during all the pandemonium and the champagne, nobody noticed. Nick came up to me like a month later and he's like, "Hey, Aaron, I'm dating Olivia." And I'm like, "What?" That's insane. When did this happen? I had my suspicions. The way they would like hang out all the time, I was like, something's going on there. But yeah, no, I did not pick up on that. But Nick, I will say, your decision to marry Olivia, I think, is one of the best ones you've ever made. I've seen you change into a much kinder, wiser man every single day alongside of her. Not to mention, Olivia, you are also an amazing woman. You have a very unique, special kindness you want to hand off to everyone you meet. Your spirit rejoices with everyone, and you celebrate everyone you come across. You're one of the few people I know who lives out complete trust in God every single day. As we've grown closer, it's clear He's everything to you. But as great as these two are, it pales in comparison to what they're pointing to. Their love points to God. Their love reflects the Holy Trinity and the love God has for each one of us. Their love's built by God to make them more like Him. What you two have is ultimately an expression of that infinite divine love that God pours into each one of us every single day. I don't need to remind you two of these things because you live it out every day in your daily rosaries, in your spiritual intercessions, in your love for your friends, and your ceaseless prayers. The two of you will be, if you're not already, saints in the eyes of God. I'm not trying to make a prediction. I'm just stating facts. You guys are truly holy people. I really believe that. I'm not worried about your future because whatever strife you two face will be handled hand in hand with God. He has never left your side and He never will. His love for you two has brought you both together, two wonderful people who chose Him above all else. And I know He has many more gifts in store for the both of you. And with that, let's all raise a glass for one of the greatest men I know and his perfect bride. Cheers.